Something unexpected, something truly life-altering, is unfolding in your ex's world right now, and it is nothing like what they imagined for themselves. It arrived without warning, blindsiding them in ways they still struggle to understand. This sudden shift has forced them to confront truths they once pushed aside, truths they convinced themselves they would never have to face. Their carefully constructed world has cracked open, and through those cracks, a flood of realization has begun pouring in. Regret, the kind that sits heavy in a person's chest, has slowly started to seep into their life. It creeps in during the quiet moments, in the spaces between thoughts, making them feel the sting of the pain they once caused you. They are finding themselves revisiting conversations they thought they had forgotten. Small moments they brushed off as unimportant are now replaying vividly in their mind. They hear their own words from the past, sharp, careless, dismissive, and they understand now how deeply those words must have cut you. Choices they once justified are unraveling before them, revealing the weight of consequences they never expected to carry. This sudden clarity isn't a passing emotion. It doesn't fade with distraction, nor does it turn off when they try to sleep. If anything, it grows louder in the stillness of the night, gathering strength, forcing them to look at themselves without excuses or illusions. Your ex, the person who once walked away from you or pushed you to the point of walking away, is now facing the very emotions they used to avoid. The feelings they once numbed themselves to are confronting them head-on. They are beginning to understand the extent of the damage they inflicted, not abstractly, not hypothetically, but in a way that feels painfully personal. They recognize now the seriousness of breaking your trust, something they once dismissed or minimized. Trust, they now realize, was the foundation of everything good they had, and yet it was the very thing they mishandled the most. What they took for granted is now something they long for but know they cannot reclaim. Even though they haven't reached out to you, perhaps out of fear, or shame, or confusion, the emotions inside them are growing heavier each day. Guilt has settled inside them like a stone, but it is more than guilt pushing them toward acknowledgement. There is a deeper pull, a powerful emotional unraveling that makes it impossible for them to continue pretending everything in their life is fine. Something in their present circumstances is acting as a loud, undeniable wake-up call, forcing them to confront themselves in ways they never have before. Their current relationship, the one that once appeared to be a new beginning, has become a source of immense turmoil. It started with excitement, promises, and the illusion of something better. They stepped into it believing they were stepping into a brighter future, imagining that this new person could offer comfort or understanding they felt they lacked before. But as time went on, that illusion faded. What they once saw as light turned out to be something darker, something unpredictable and volatile. This partner they once trusted has revealed toxic, damaging behavior that has escalated in ways your ex never saw coming. The emotional instability, the anger, the manipulation, at first they brushed these off, hoping things would calm down. But instead, things have worsened. The relationship has turned physically and emotionally abusive, leaving your ex in a state of constant fear. They live on edge, always anticipating the next outburst, the next accusation, the next unpredictable shift in mood. They feel like they are tiptoeing through their own home, afraid that even the smallest misstep might set off another explosion of rage. What they thought would be a safe place has become suffocating. The person they believed would support them has become the very source of their suffering. They find themselves in a cycle they don't know how to break, one filled with hope that things will improve, followed by disappointment, followed by fear, followed by temporary calm, and then another surge of chaos. It's a pattern that keeps them unsteady, exhausted, and emotionally drained. They are experiencing, in a painfully real way, what it feels like to be trapped in a destructive relationship, one where walking away is far more complicated than it seems from the outside. This situation mirrors the emotional pain they once caused you, though not in a way that should be viewed as justice or satisfaction. Abuse is never deserved by anyone. But for the first time, they understand what it means to feel powerless, unheard, and emotionally battered. They understand what it means to lose themselves in someone else's volatility, to feel torn between staying and leaving, to fear the consequences of speaking up or finally letting go. This awareness has opened their eyes to the reality of what they once put you through, and that realization cuts deeply. Yet you might wonder why they don't simply leave. Why not walk away from a situation that brings them fear and pain? The answer is far more complex than outsiders often assume. Abusive relationships weave themselves into a person's psyche in ways that are difficult to untangle. They break down confidence, distort perspective, and create emotional bonds rooted in fear, hope, and manipulation. Your ex feels trapped not just by fear of their partner but also by the erosion of their own sense of worth. They have begun to believe that they don't deserve better, that leaving would bring consequences they can't handle, or that somehow they are responsible for fixing the situation. The longer they stay, the more tangled the emotional web becomes. Shame weighs heavily on them, shame for being in this situation, shame for allowing themselves to stay, shame for the secrets they now carry. They feel stuck between wanting to escape and fearing what escape will bring. Isolation plays a role too. Their partner may have distanced them from friends or family. They may no longer feel they have a support system to turn to. So they remain, suspended in a painful in-between. Meanwhile, your own life is undergoing a profound shift, one that is taking you toward greater alignment with your true path. As you grow closer to understanding your purpose and living authentically, your goals are evolving. Things that once felt urgent or essential may now seem less significant. You're beginning to see your life through a clearer lens, noticing opportunities and possibilities you might have overlooked before. The changes within you are drawing new energy, new inspiration, and new clarity into your life. Financially, you're moving into a space where your ambitions no longer revolve around external pressure or societal expectations. Instead, they are rooted in authenticity, your genuine talents, values, and passions. When you lean into your real self, you attract opportunities that match your energy rather than drain it. You don't need to chase success or force it, it naturally gravitates toward people who live in alignment with who they truly are. Letting go of rigid attachments to specific outcomes opens the door for abundance to flow more freely. Instead of stressing over how or when financial success will take shape, you are learning to trust the process. When you share your gifts generously, your creativity, your knowledge, your abilities, you contribute to a cycle of reciprocal energy. What you give returns to you in ways you might not expect. It may come in the form of financial stability, career breakthroughs, new relationships, or unexpected opportunities. These blessings arise not from striving endlessly, but from aligning with your true purpose. Your genuine efforts do not go unnoticed. People see your authenticity. They feel it. And because authenticity is magnetic, it draws in resources and support that match the energy you put out. Your path forward may not unfold exactly the way you once envisioned, but that is often how growth happens. As you step deeper into your purpose, you allow life to meet you where you are, with clarity, abundance, and new beginnings. The contrast between your journey and your ex's current turmoil is striking. While you are rising into alignment and purpose, they are facing the consequences of choosing a path that was not rooted in honesty or self-awareness. This doesn't mean you should feel satisfaction in their suffering. Abuse is tragic, no matter who experiences it. but it does highlight the difference between a life built on authenticity and one built on avoidance or denial. Your ex is learning painful truths about themselves, truths that might have remained buried if not for the circumstances they now face. They are confronting regret, recognizing harm, and understanding what they need to change moving forward. These realizations, though difficult, may ultimately lead them to seek healing, to break old patterns, and to grow into a version of themselves that is healthier and more self-aware. But your story does not revolve around them. Your story is about your expansion, your healing, your evolution. You are stepping into a chapter defined by clarity, strength, and purpose. As you continue to align with who you truly are, the path ahead becomes brighter, even if it unfolds in unexpected ways. Your financial and personal growth are part of a larger transformation, one that is guiding you toward fulfillment and abundance. Your ex's journey is theirs to navigate. Their struggles, realizations, and emotional battles belong to them. You are not responsible for their choices, their pain, or their healing. What matters now is that you continue moving forward, embracing the opportunities that await you, and trusting the direction your life is taking. Your path is opening, expanding, and aligning with your true purpose. And that alignment will draw the abundance, success, and peace you deserve.